Okay, so this is a really good question. What is meditation? What defines meditation? A lot of my patients, I'll be working with my patients and I'll say, you could really benefit from meditating every day. And it's interesting, a lot of my patients will say, well, I garden, I work out in the garden every day, and that's my meditation. Or they'll say, I'll go walk in the woods, that's my meditation. Some people will say, when they paint or do artwork, that's my meditation. Or prayer, when I pray at night, that is my meditation. So there's sort of, they're saying that that is their meditation and they don't need to meditate. So even though there's some validity in those things that I just mentioned, those things are not meditation, okay? And I'll explain that in a second. But meditation is defined by stillness, okay? So you have stillness of body, stillness of energy and emotions, okay? And stillness of mind, okay? And that's the ultimate goal with meditation. Everything is still. So you have Jing, Qi, Shen, lower dantian, middle dantian, upper dantian, stillness, okay? So I'll draw a little graph to show you exactly what I mean here. So this is from a Taoist perspective. You have, let's see, yang and yin and yang, and over here you have martial arts. Okay, that's the most yang activity. You're engaging mind, body, and energy in martial arts. Then you have Tai Chi. Okay, so it's a little bit more still. It's a little bit more yin compared to martial arts. Then you have, obviously, Qigong, which we all know. Qigong. So Qigong is often defined as a moving meditation, much more still than martial arts and even Tai Chi. And then you have Ultimate Yin. Meditation, okay? And I put sitting meditation. So you have Yang, martial arts, Tai Chi, Qigong, meditation. You're moving from Yang, active, to Yin, stillness, okay? So, this is from a Taoist martial arts aspect, but you can compare this or relate it to different things in life. So for those people out there that say their prayer is their meditation, prayer would fall somewhere around here. Okay? Some people say walking in the woods is their meditation. That might fall here. Some people will even say working, when they work, when they're at their job, doing what they love, that's their meditation. So that would be over here. So there is benefit to these things, whether you're working or doing artwork or walking in the woods or praying. These all have meditative aspects because they help quiet the mind a bit and get you closer towards yin and stillness, but it's not meditation, actually. Another way to define this is, the most yang aspect of your day is, when you're at work and you're dealing with stressful situations and you're multitasking, that is going to be your most yang activity. So for a person like that, walking in the woods is going to bring them way more towards the yin aspect, okay? Which is not meditation, but it is working their way in that direction. So even if they're not meditating every day, they're still going to get benefit from prayer or walking in the woods or doing Qigong or doing something quiet, okay? So, but you have to enforce when people ask you what is meditation, that meditation is ultimate stillness, okay? Sitting quietly with your spine straight, regulating your breath, calming your emotions, relaxing your energy, and focusing in. So a lot of people will ask you, is Qigong meditation? And yes, it is. But it depends on what type of Qigong you're doing. We've learned, obviously, dozens of different meditations, in class, and some are very active and they're very yang. We have the Taoist 5 Yin, or Taoist 5 Yin kidney exercise, where we're visualizing, so we're using our mind, we're visualizing the water, scooping up the blue energy into the kidneys, our posture, our body is moving, so it's a very yang Qigong exercise. But then there's other Qigong exercises that are very yin. We're sitting and we're quiet. We're sitting in a chair or sitting in meditation, and I have you focus on the kidneys, breathing blue light into the kidneys to nourish the kidneys, or we're focusing on another internal organ like the heart or the lungs, or releasing grief and sadness or anxiety from the body. So there's all sorts of different meditations, and within Qigong, which I would call a moving meditation, within Qigong you have yang and yin. So I could make a whole, line like this just with Qigong exercises. Some Qigong exercises being very yang in nature because they're very active, they're engaging the body, the breath, the mind. But other Qigong meditations are just that, they're meditations. We're going inward, quieting the body. The body isn't moving, okay? So a lot of times, you can sit or stand with Qigong meditation. Sometimes you're in Wuji posture and you're standing, and your body is very still, although it is standing. Sometimes you're sitting in meditation during Qigong. So Qigong can be very yin, and it can be very meditative. But Qigong is usually not defined as ultimate meditation. Ultimate meditation is when you're completely still, okay? And I wouldn't say not many people, but it's the hardest thing to get to complete meditation, where your body is still and your mind is completely empty of thought. And if you can get to that stage and practice long periods of this meditation, that's when your soul, your godliness, your divine nature is completely awakened. So if you see the deities and saints and Qigong masters of the past and current, they have spent long hours retreating in meditation, in complete stillness, and that helps awaken the soul. Okay? So another aspect of meditation is knowing the difference between prayer and meditation, because a lot of people think it's basically the same thing. So prayer is very yin, because you're usually sitting quietly and you're talking to God. It's a meditative process for some, but it is still active. Your mind is active. You're talking to God. So there's not complete yin. There's not complete stillness. You're active in talking to God. So in meditation, there's complete stillness. There's no internal chatter. You're trying to let go of your thoughts and your internal voice, and quieting every aspect of your being. And there's a simple way to look at it. They say that prayer is when you talk to God, meditation is when you listen to God. And what does that mean? That means when you meditate, you're completely still. You're still in thought, you're still in energy, and you're still in motion or in body. And that is when your soul is truly awakened during meditation. So meditation is very different than prayer. They're both very beneficial, but they're very different. And meditation is when your spirit, your soul is awakened. So whenever you're extending your senses out into the world, when you're talking, running, looking, when our eyes are open, we're extending energy. When we're tasting food, we're engaging in the physical world. When we're touching things, when we're listening to people, we're engaging our energy outward. Okay, so our energy goes outward. Meditation, everything's coming inward. So similar to Qigong, that's when your energy is ignited and awakened through stillness. So when you look at deities, saints, Qigong masters, even Jesus, they retreated for long periods to meditate, to awaken their full capacity. And these are the people that you see are healing and doing all sorts of supernatural things and raising people from the dead is because they have completely dissolved their ego through meditation and awakened their true nature, their true spirit. So meditation is very, very powerful. But prayer and all these other things can help you in the steps towards working towards meditation because they create stillness. But your ultimate goal is to create ultimate stillness in body, in energy or emotions, and in mind. And you want to relay that to people when you're teaching your students and patients, is that you don't have to be perfect. Meditation is a process. So a lot of people give up. I'll teach them meditation, or they'll tell me, you know, I tried meditation before, but I couldn't get my mind to shut up. I was just constantly thinking about things. And I say, that's okay. You know, that's the first step of meditation, is first quieting your body, regulating your breath, and then it's the mind, and that's the hardest part. Your mind is, you know, most people are going to have a very active mind. Their thoughts are going to go a mile a minute, but that's the first step of meditation, is identifying those thoughts and slowly watching them and then letting them go, you know, focusing on the breath. And I do have a YouTube video on how to meditate. You know, it makes it very simple and easy, so you guys can check that out or give it to your patients and friends and look at it yourself. And it kind of takes the pressure away from having to master meditation right away, or to let go of all your thoughts, you know, in the first 2 days. You know, it may take you months or even years to completely get your mind quiet, okay? And that's okay. You'll still make great gains in meditation, even though your mind is still active. Watch the mind, guard it, regulate it, you know, and that starts by watching what your thoughts are, identifying them, and then letting them go. So